The second S that we're going to talk about is scholarship, and I'm going to limp in paperwork, interview, and onstage question on this. So, onstage conversation, excuse me. So, paperwork suggestions. Look at me. Look at me. You will not win or lose on your paperwork. Okay? You will not win or lose on your paperwork. It's going to be helpful to have very clear communication through your paperwork, but you will not win or lose on your paperwork. Get it done, get it in, and know how to talk about it in the interview. Yeah? Okay. So with paperwork, make sure it's clear and readable. I would rather, so one suggestion as I see a lot of them come in, because you're trying to put so much information because you have such beautiful lives, it's this huge paragraph on one page. At the local, when you get to the state and national level, they're more specific on formatting. We're not going to be specific on that except for it's one page. At least that's my assumption. I would rather have a little bit of space between each paragraph and probably because when it says, so on your CSI, you can do basically however you want. On the fact sheet, it says this is the thing, put the thing. This is the thing, put so name, age, Instagram handle. Those things I would bold that and then I'd put a space between. Even if it's not, you can, so in the spaces between, like if your font is 11 point, you can do a 6 point font space and then do 11 point for your regular font, a 6 point font space. So that there's still just a little bit of space. They need to be able to breathe. If they just see one big paragraph, it's overwhelming as a judge. Yeah. I do suggest on the CSI paperwork to use bullet points for clarity, especially when you're talking about specific goals. On anything, keep it to one page. Yeah, and like I said, I would use bold font. The other thing that I'm seeing is make sure stuff is parallel. So if you're saying, these are my interesting facts about me, it's either all sentences or no sentences. Sentences ends in periods, not sentences. You can put a semicolon. That's what I see a lot of people do. If you're going to start with a capital letter, semicolon, start with a capital letter, semicolon, just do it the same throughout. It can be a sentence if you want. It can not be a sentence if you want, but just make sure it's the same within each item. So for all of your accomplishments, make sure those are the same. For all of your goals, make sure, and I'm not saying the right things because I don't have one in front of me right now. So make them all the same. So if you're drill team head captain, don't say I was drill team head captain and then a bullet point for your award that you had, right? Make sure if it's all sentences, it's all sentences. If it's not a sentence, then none of them should be sentences. Um, yeah, that's going to be more specific to each thing. So send paperwork to me, Lindsay, Elisa, whoever is helping at the time. Um, and we're happy to give feedback. Yeah, that is my stuff on paperwork. It will not make or break you, especially because I know the way that Lindsay has structured it this year in 2025. She wants a rough draft, so just get it in so we know who's competing, we can help in any way we can, and then we can trim it up and make it pretty before it's later due date. Yeah. So just get it in, get it done. Messy is fine for now, but just put everything on paper. Make sure it's parallel, make sure it's legible, and don't have one big chunk of words because it's overwhelming as a judge. Yeah. Okay. There's my 2 cents on that. Your paperwork will not make or break you. It won't.